meant to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hello, everybody.
What day is it? What day is it?
Monday.
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 It is the Monday after Thanksgiving, and I'm still feeling the love. I mean, hey, pull ourselves down so we get everybody in. No, it's look, everybody, yeah, come tighter. Get over, move over a little bit. I meant again, Valentine's Day.
I think that bandana's a little tight.
Is that what it is? That's a bandana. I thought I was looking like the Khamenei or something. Terrorist.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to
Wow.
Christmas is approaching.
Listen, but this is a very fine Freudian slip, guys. I'm equating Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So like a chocolate turkey?
No, that's what he's
No, it's really just love, right? Isn't it? Isn't it just really love?
You obviously never had Thanksgiving at my family's house.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot about that part.
Hey. Don't know about that.
Anyway, that was funny. No, because I know a couple of his family members, and so I can just only imagine. Thank you for tuning in to the recovery room.
Happy Monday.
I'm actually live on my phone.
Yay!
Donald Dean has done it again.
Don Dean Jr.
He's not going to jail.
Tonight, at least.
Hey, at this moment.
Okay, so there's a lot of happiness in the room, as you can tell. And I want you guys to share it. I want you to feel it. I want you to experience it. I want you to have it. It being that feeling of happiness. That it being that surviving what was a sure death. And being here to talk tonight. This is some important stuff. This is what we're here. This is a recovery room. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about prevention. We don't talk enough about prevention, but we talk about prevention. We talk about treatment, and we talk about recovery. And then we talk about wellness, and we talk about some messed up stuff that happens that people do. Because that just happens. Raise up. That just kind of happens. You know what I mean? But at the reality of the day, and I've had this conversation with somebody today, and they were talking about, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we're here. This is real. They talk about reality TV and all that. Well, this is real. This is not some kind of thing that we're putting on such that we're talking about people being perfect. You know what I mean? Because none of us are perfect. None of us. All of us well, Sean. Okay. I saw that look on his face. It's like, whoa.
I was thinking like even Jesus Christ made the platypus. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that thing?
Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, he zigged when he should have zagged. But that's another story for another show.
But you make a mistake, you pick up, you do it, just soldier on, go through it.
No. I mean, because the recovery room, it wasn't designed to say, okay, here's a bunch of people and we've gotten our shit together and
we're going on from here.
And so we're talking to you because we got all the freaking answers. That's not it at all. We're here talking about a subject that nobody wants to talk about.
And theoretically,
Subjects!
if you're in-home, in-house, inpatient rehab, until the days they discharge you, they're still trying to come up with your discharge plan.
Yeah.
What is your plan?
What's
Where
your
do you
plan?
go from here?
What's your perspective
What
on
is
your
this?
plan? Because that's the topic for
How do
tonight.
you view your, as you walk out that door, do you view that you're going to go about your way, maybe go make some amends, or are you going out that door because you already know homeboy's phone number and you on the...
Their plan for me
What
was
do you
put them
see
off
out
in a
there?
nursing home and
Oh
let
my
them die.
God! No, absolutely not. No,
I was like, well,
you had to
bet.
bring that up. Ooh, that was a scary thought. But see, that's the topic for tonight is how you see life. And I know that's not proper grammar for all my. I know I got some English teachers out there, and you'll be surprised how often people come up to me and say, that was improper grammar, T-Bone. And I'm like, yes, I love you too. Thank you so much for even being there to catch my improper grammar. But the topic tonight is how you see life. Because here's the deal, as far as I can tell, is life is about perspective. It's like Don just pulled out, right? And when I say pulled out, I mean did a pull on the camera. But when he had a shot of me, that was a close-up, right? And you didn't know I had that little pimple right there. No, I don't have pimples, baby. I was just saying.
I know, I was wondering.
But how you see life? Because the reality is, if you change the way you see things, guess what's going to happen? Those things are going to change eventually. It's an amazing concept.
Years ago, somebody gave me a pair of rose-colored glasses, and I put them on. I was like, "Wow, life does look different through a set of rose-colored glasses."
Yeah, it does.
You know?
It does. Let's really cool and warm and all that. But guess what I saw the other day?
What was that?
I saw this Mexican dude give this white dude that was on the street with a sign $5. And for me, it was a moment. It was a defining moment in this life.
We talked about it.
Yeah, because
Enough of a
for me,
moment
that's
we
what it
talked
was.
about
It was a defining moment. So so under those circumstances, I bet you that dude wished that is happy that guy wasn't behind the wall. I'm not talking about the wall, really. It's a perspective. But this is the bad Mexican giving the white dude with all the white privilege. Oopsie, I didn't say that, did I?
No, it's kind of like you're
Sean
not
is over
okay
there
to be
going.
here.
I'm just writing that stuff. And he's on the list, guys. You gotta go.
But that's perspective, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, because maybe somebody else, it wouldn't even have mattered one bit that's what happened. But to me, I saw a moment that was a defining moment for probably that guy. And I'm sure the Mexican guy felt really good about giving that dude that $5. I'm in America.
But it's almost like the face or the stigma or the whatever you would look at as either the underprivileged or the junkie or the the rich bit.
Yes.
One, and this and that. No,
yeah.
we're all just somebody doing something and
and trying to make a difference in this here life. You know what I mean? And so I don't care, it's like my dad used to tell me a long time ago, so you're in a car accident, and he's got this real crazy imagination, but anyway, you're in this car accident, and you get thrown out the window, right? And you lying up in a ditch, but you still got some breath in you, and you look it up, and some Asian dude comes up and is going to offer you mouth to mouth or to help you, because you got something against Asians, and you're going to look up at that dude and say, no, don't do it.
You're going to deny your life over your prejudice towards someone else?
Well, folks.
Well, how do you see it?
How do you see it?
How do you see it?
How do you see it? Because at the end of the day, what's really going to matter is how you see it. It don't matter how I see it. It don't matter how Chrissy sees it. It don't matter how Sean sees it. It don't matter how your mother sees it. It don't matter how your father sees it. It doesn't matter.
How you see it is going to play out in your actions. So what you're feeling is what matters because that's what you're giving.
You know what?
That's what you're
All of
putting
our
out there.
senses are outside of ourselves, aren't they? I mean, we touch something, we're touching something outside. When we see something, we're seeing something outside. When we hear something, we hear something inside. I know some of us are hearing some stuff in our head, and that's a whole nother conversation. But when we taste something, it's something that's coming inside. Stuff doesn't come inside of us and come out, does it?
Not anymore.
Well, like on some horror films, yes. And I've seen some, oh my God, like Alien and all that.
Theoretically, it's not supposed to happen like that.
Yeah. No, it comes in this way. You swallow it, breathe it, smell it, touch it, whatever. It's an exterior thing. And so that's what perspective is, right? It is your take on it. It is yours. I mean, because that muffin smells good, but maybe not smell the same to me. Because guess what? I got sick one time from one of them lemon kind of muffins. And when I smell it, I go,
Probably.
somebody else smells it like, oh my God, that's amazing. I smell it, I get nauseous.
What's funny you said that because when I was just grocery shopping, they had a lemon cake that I almost bought. I had that and the chocolate cake, but of course I got the
I'll
chocolate.
get him.
But I was almost gonna get the
Of
lemon.
course you got the chocolate.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
You'll get him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
now we
getting
know.
in.
Now
You
we know.
can put chocolate syrup on the lemon cake, it's still good. Hello.
Yeah, listen, I'll fight through it. I'll fight through it. You know, it's cake. It's cake.
It's cake. Cake walk.
Speaking of food, sponsors.
Hello, sponsors.
Hello, sponsors.
You gotta wait for the producer though. Well, the producer will do it later. We want to thank our sponsors. We want to
Yes.
thank our sponsors. In fact,
Every
if
day.
you guys were on Facebook, you saw that we posted that Christy and I were out at one of our favorite friends, couples, Dawn and Brady, out at 421 Sweet Treats, and we had some crabs Benedict.
Ooh.
That thing came up, Don. Oh no, it didn't. We had some crabs Benedict, and I kind of, because I always talk about people posting what they're eating and stuff on Facebook. It's like, I don't care. I don't care what you're eating. I don't care where you're eating it. You know what I
If
mean?
you liked it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, don't. I'm not callous like that. Like I don't care, but it's not.
I'm
on my
Not
list.
gonna wreck your day.
Yeah. But I gotta tell you, that crabs Benedict was spectacular, and that was the first food thing that I ever posted. And guess what? It got the most hits out of anything I put up. I mean, I'm out here trying to save lives and get people clean and help and try to get sober. Oh, here they are, Hammock Haven. That's one of our sponsors, the good old Hammock Haven.
Look,
Chillax a
good.
minute is their
Everybody.
their motto, so to
Everybody
speak.
deserves
You
a
know what I
minute
mean?
chillax.
And
Everybody
Sweet treats.
deserves 421 Sweet Treats. That's where we just were. If you're not doing anything Sunday, you might want to go out there and check them out.
Any day, 8 to 1.
And then we got Protecting Our Warriors. Those brave men and women who
Yeah,
protect us.
yeah.
Protect Our Warriors is a spot where .com. You can go to POWarriors.com. Check out the site. If you're a business that supports our veterans and first responders, go to POWarriors.com. Sign your business up. It's $2.99 for a whole entire year, which is about 80 cents a day, which I don't know. When I've had some businesses and I've had some people come in and trying to get advertising dollars from me, like to get in the coupon book was $1,200 a quarter or something stupid like that.
Crazy.
Okay, and so what we create a portal that you can sign up your business with $2.99, and we're going to run all of our friends and Sean's friends and Christy's friends and all of our people who are appreciative of our armed forces and first responders. We're going to send them to your business first. Now that's amazing. And guess what? The money from your membership goes to support a homeless vet or a starving child or something. It's the most win-win situation I've ever seen. So take a time and go to POWarriors.com. All other sponsors, sorry to spend so much time on PO Warriors, but it's important. And might as well go right into whatever our next mission is, because I'm on a mission, man, and I'm going to accomplish this thing if it's the last doggone thing I do. On Facebook, you can find a GoFundMe page that is for our friend and brother here, Sean. Okay,
And I
and
will
on
get
that
that
GoFundMe
posted.
page, post that. You can find it, post that. But I mean, it's on there. It's on my page. It's on the
I'll get it
recovery
found
room
and get
page.
it on here.
Go there and throw in about $5 or $10 or $15 because we're here trying to get this man a liver.
We like him. Let's keep him around.
And it's puzzling to me that I'm doing this and I'm posting and I get 73 responses about some freaking crab. I mean, that's disturbing to me. You know, I mean, and I don't mean to, whatever, browbeat or whatever, but, guys, we're friends, we're family, okay? Somebody's reaching out for your help. You want to know what you can do. Everybody, well, what can I do? Well, this is certainly one of the things that you can do. You got it right in front of you, somebody that needs your help. Okay, so don't ignore it. Reach out to throw in $5 just to show. I mean, it ain't about the money, about the amount. I mean, it's about the caring. Part of getting well is going to know that people care. Okay, so go to my page, Terry T-Bone Rose. I got it posted on it about 15 times. But
Okay.
if you just go to, I guess you can just go to GoFundMe and type in Sean's liver transplant. I'm pretty sure it'll come up. Okay, all right. So there you go. Gotten all that out the
It's
way.
important.
Yeah, I gotten all that out the way, and I feel better. I feel lighter. I really do. I mean, I look lighter.
Way better.
It's tight.
Head being a little tight.
That's his Indian.
Did you say
name.
Taliban? What?
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's getting a little crazy. I had something that I needed to share with somebody real quick. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Everything will work out in the end. You don't need to know how. You just need to trust that it will. That wasn't it, but that was kind of cool too. Anyway, so I hope you guys had a really awesome weekend. All you NASCAR fans, that's a NASCAR fans. I think the race was today.
They started back at 4 o'clock today.
Oh, they started at 4 o'clock today. I guess they're still going round and round and round.
Yeah. Bunch of left turns.
Bunch of left turns. Go left. Go left. But I hope you guys had a really awesome weekend. We did. We make it a point to, and that's kind of the point of how you see life. You see, because the way you see your life is the way that you live it. The way you see your life it will determine the decisions that you make to make it even more of what it is you like, or if you get caught in on that downside, what happens then is that you continue to make those decisions that continue to take you down that road that there's no return if you continue going down, and there's no return. It's a one-way street. And so we just every day come on and we do this show just to try to maybe find one or two people out there, if we're lucky, one or two people out there that tune in and know that we care, and that if they're in active addiction, that we can kind of maybe have a word of encouragement, share some hope, and then maybe they'll make a decision not to get high today. I got a whole bunch of posts on our recovery room page and about this young lady who has had 137 days clean or something like that, and how quickly her life has changed in that very short period of time. And that's kind of really what happens, guys, because life is ever changing, life is always changing, but sometimes we're so the curtains are pulled down, or whatever, the fog is too thick, that we see the changes, and that once that fog kind of clears up and you can see the change, then you really truly appreciate them, and so I want to give a shout out to the young lady. I'm going to find the post. Well, just go to the recovery room. If you haven't become a member of the recovery room yet, then what are you waiting for? All you got to do is go type in the recovery room in the search engine, and it says join or something, and then you join it, and then you can go there and you can share some of your hopes, some of your experience, some of your testimonies. You can read some stuff that just whoa, you just went out of focus. You can read some stuff that, your head looked good like that. That was cool.
Did that. That's
That was cool. Okay, so let's go to our groups. Let's go to here. And this was one. Oh, yeah. Been using for 12 years, and been in a coma 3 times, had a heart attack, and countless overdoses, and then and family is giving us away, and today I share 137 days clean.
yeah.
And see, IV drug abuse is one of the toughest addictions to get over, and I heard them. I can hear that person or people out there saying, "It's just 137 days. What everybody's so excited about?" What everybody is so excited about is because 1 minute for the addict is a long time. A day is a miracle. It's amazing. 137 days is 137 days of life.
A day you didn't get high, a day you didn't die.
A day you didn't get high and a day you didn't die. That's a big deal, people. All of you people that really like chocolate ice cream and eclairs and stuff, go 137 days without them.
You see how cranky you are with just that.
If you like the ponies, go 137 days without going and betting on the ponies. You know what I'm saying? You like pornography? Go 137 days without clicking on that VCR or whatever it is you watch your pornography on. Whatever it is that you like, that's a habit to you, that's detrimental to your health and to the well-being of your family and all that. Try to go. Don, why you keep putting us out of focus? I'm starting to love that. I love that.
I think it's on purpose.
There it is.
Yeah, go 137 days without them. That's why we're applauding. That's why, because that's a big deal. And congratulations, my friend. That is a really big deal. If you've got some kind of addiction that you're currently fighting, the only way that you're going to get over it is a moment at a time. So let's see, what's the math? Let's see, 137 days is how many hours? How many hours is 100? Hey Siri, how many hours is 137 days? She don't want to answer me now. It's like too complicated. That's a lot of hours. Okay? Back when I had a brain, I could do it in my head. But it's a lot of hours. It's 24 in a day, right? Right? 24 times 137 is a whole bunch of hours. Okay, so we applaud it, and I just it seems simplistic, but at some point or another, she decided that that's what she was gonna do. It wasn't the doctor decided, her mother didn't decide, the situation somewhat dictated, but she decided that she was gonna stop. And in each and every day, she's going to decide, because another post was somebody that was struggling after 2.5 years. It was a post about somebody that was struggling after 2.5 years. And hey, I got 2.5 years and I'm struggling. And my response was, here's another defining moment for you. I'm sure in this 2.5 years, you've had other times that you've struggled. Because that's the reality. It's going to be a struggle all the way around. I haven't used heroin in 23 years, but I still have moments where it comes into my mind. I still have some reminders of those times and those people and those things, some of them I think fondly about, believe it or not. But that's just the way it is. But, one of these days you got to make that decision. And when you do that, it becomes a whole lot easier. Dude, here's the most amazing. Oh, I wish I could show this. I wish I could show this. Yeah, I wish I could show this. Now, this is some amazing stuff here.
You can post that to the page.
Okay,
I'll do it later
yeah,
on,
we'll
yeah.
post it to the page. Dude, this dude is the Evil Knievel guy in a wheelchair. Okay? This dude comes down this ramp, whoa, boom, does a 360 in the wheelchair, sticks the landing. You know, he bucks a little bit.
Yeah, buddy.
He sticks the landing and goes on. This dude is in a wheelchair, people. Nothing stopped him. It wasn't I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to jump on my bicycle. and I got two wheels. I'm going to do this flip and do a 360. And I'm not doing it.
And you know he didn't make that landing the first time proper.
Yeah, he had to practice that thing.
He fell down a couple times.
Yeah.
Got back. Well, didn't get back in the wheelchair. Tried it again. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, guys. The point is too is that this life is so there's no limitations what you can do. The human spirit. I mean, drug addiction is one of the toughest things you can do. But I think going down that ramp and doing a 360 on that wheelchair is a little bit tougher. Sorry. Just amazing to me. Yeah, we'll post it on the recovery room. You have to go in the recovery room to see it. But it is the most amazing thing. And so. And 130 days is amazing. 2.5 years is amazing. 1 hour is amazing. When you make your mind up, when you make that decision that you're going to not use anymore, that's amazing. You know, because this thing is like it's like any other relationship, right? You've established a relationship with this thing. And oftentimes some of the worst relationships are the ones that we hold on to the longest. Sometimes we end up having children with these people. That's a story for another day. I said it out loud. Jesus.
I'd recommend if you made the decision, I'm going to stop using everything. I'm going to throw away all those phone numbers, whatever else. Start a journal. Write down what's going on with you that day, and then if you almost use that day, even write in there, almost use it. Then later on, 6 months or 6 days, whatever, you can reflect back 6 hours. You'd be like, what made me almost, you know?
Yeah. Because it is a practice. It's something you have to work on. It's not. Yeah, you make the decision, and that's great. That's the first step. Because no decision is a decision too, and that's what we've been doing most of the time is not making a decision. Oh, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I'll give it a try. Thinking that your days are guaranteed or something. Thinking that you're gonna go to bed tonight, you're gonna wake up tomorrow, and everything's gonna be just fine.
I used to joke and say I can multi-procrastinate at the same time.
Ooh, I love that one.
Well, I didn't do it today, but I can put it up till tomorrow. Well,
yeah,
I
love that one. I really love that one.
I'm really good at that.
Procrastinating or putting it up till tomorrow? You're going to know tomorrow? Okay.
I'll let you know tomorrow, yeah.
But speaking of different things and addictions, I think everyone's so freaking addicted to their cell phones.
Yeah, look at me.
My best friend, my brother George, almost lost the love of his life yesterday. Somebody was texting and driving, and luckily her kids were not in the car. She's still really sore from it.
Thoughts with you, Susan.
The vehicle was going, looking at the impact, somewhere around probably close to 7 hour. 22-year-old kid didn't even touch the brakes. Bam. And your life can change in an instant. Put your cell phone down. No phone call is that damn important.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey James, Mr. King Prez, got
Hey
Billy
guys,
and Judy.
now we can see. I guess you guys have been commenting and carrying on, and we just been running our mouth. What's up?
Hey.
What's up? What's up? Hey, listen, this is something that a friend of mine sent me, and I think it's really kind of pertinent as well. It says, before you argue with someone, ask yourself, is that person even mentally mature enough to grasp the concept of different perspectives? Because if not, there's absolutely no point in you arguing with them.
Hello. It's like the waste of your time. It's like beating the dead horse.
Time.
That's why I guess maybe in my situations, it's always been beating the dead horse. I'm sorry if I hear it. I don't need to hear it again.
Like I always used to say,
go.
they're not the brightest crayon in the crayon box. Or,
You're not
they're
the
not
sharpest tool in
knife
the shed.
in the knife drawer. And my daughter would always go, well, they're not the brightest crayon in the knife drawer. I'm like, no, I did that wrong. She goes, no. She goes, Dad, they're so clueless. They don't even know where they're at. And I'm just like,
I thought maybe you kept crayons in your knife drawer.
Good place for them if you need to cut up something.
I think she was like 6 years old when she told me that. I was like,
Well, I'm like my partner John Wilson. I'm getting to be that way. I carry my scissors around in my back pocket because I got to cut you off.
Yep. I'm trying to
It's like,
get FTL.
what was that thing I sent you the other day? It said I was carrying a knife in case there's cheesecake or you just got to stab somebody. You know?
Amen.
Well, that was a poster for the army in
Cheesecake.
like 1942 or something like that.
That was
Hey, but what about that? What about that chainsaw bayonet?
It wasn't that bad.
Did you see that? Where did that thing come
The
from?
chainsaw bayonet. I'm like, you talk about a perspective on something. Let somebody come at you and walk up.
You want to trim my trees?
You win. I got some trees over here.
They're in a whole different level of crazy than you even thought existed.
Ooh, wow. Talk about crazy. It's like the dude said to me the other day, the difference between what they call somebody that's mentally ill and you, it's like you're thinking the stuff, the mentally ill say it out loud.
Or they're doing it.
They saying it out loud. We're going with them. Look at the crazy. They're speaking out loud, but in your head, you don't do them saying the same doggone thing.
Actually, we repeated that as we saw an individual today on a park bench who was having a severe argument with himself.
Yeah.
Drastic. I'm happy nobody got hurt with himself.
I don't think anybody won. That's for sure.
And yes, but that was pretty much on those lines.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Talk to people the way you want to be talked to. Everyone deserves respect. These quotes, if they get any more simplistic, I don't know what to say about it because that isn't really in fact the case. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to like somebody, to be kind to somebody. And you don't have to like and be kind to everybody, but you have to treat them that way.
In recovery, I'm learning to love myself again. I'm discovering that I can love myself and trust myself. I'm finding out that what I really need to do is nurture my mind and spirit. Believing in myself and working on my recovery is the most important step in achieving the life I desire, the life I'm worthy, and the life I deserve. Thank you.
Man. And you know what? And be so positive and negative people don't want to have nothing to do with you.
There you go.
It's like, you can't be around him. He says it's positive.
That's like God grant me the serenity to accept things that cannot change and a Sharpie to ixnay out the rest of the I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Made the last part of my own. Thank you.
Yeah.
Skirt.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I'm Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yes, he does.
I don't care.
We do that quite often in this house. I don't care. IDHF.
I had to tell somebody yesterday. It's like, sorry, I don't do that.
Oh yes.
And that was have conflict. That was be upset.
Yeah.
I'm so upset. I'm like, excuse me. I don't do upset.
No need.
Need. I've trained myself to not do upset. I trained myself to understand that if I just wait a minute, everything's gonna be all right. It's gonna be over with or whatever. So why waste 1 minute of time stressing or getting upset and fighting and getting angry? Again, what is it? It's taking the pill, taking the poison, and thinking that the other person's gonna die. It doesn't make any sense. You're poisoning yourself. This system is very. And speaking for myself, my system is very delicate.
Yes, dear.
No, it isn't.
Donald.
You're just as susceptible as the rest of us.
And I've got to be careful with what I put in it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I
Sounds
do.
like me.
And that's like either be Crab's Benedict or a crab.
Ooh, no grabs.
Why do you keep going back to crabs? You need to tell something here to everybody.
No. You're safe.
You're safe.
You're safe. It's okay. I'm good. I stab him with a pitchfork. No.
Continue.
Moving right along.
with
What else was there? You were supposed to remind me of something. I guess you forgot, didn't you?
So
She was reminding you that she needs to remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, the analogy that you used a few minutes ago, you told me I was supposed to remind you of along with another one that I already forgot. Yet you still coming back to me for answers.
Yes, I'm going to stop.
Well, that is the answer.
Yeah. Do things for people, not because of who they are or what they can do in return, because of who you are.
You are.
Hello?
You are. And who
Do
you
it because
can
that's what you're gonna do.
become.
I posted that the other day, and when I said it, I really meant it. I said it about because I'm kind of little like here's a guy, Sean, that would give you his last. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I mean? And someone as deserving as anybody that I know of for some help with this situation. You know what I mean?
With a beautiful daughter.
Right? Before I got sick, I had a lot of vehicles and
Yeah.
motorcycles, everything else, and I had friends that were in need. So I'm like, hey, you need a van? Here you go.
There
Tell me
you
your
go.
boat. You need
Seen it
this.
with my own eyes.
And-
I was one of them.
And actually, that worked against me because Medicaid, Medicare says that you, if you donate a vehicle within 3 to 5 years, you're not eligible because you're just. It looks like to them that you're just giving your stuff away to
you're
get out of your
dishing
name.
Yeah,
to
not
cover
because
up.
you're giving it, because
Not
the
because you have a
person
big
needs
freaking
it.
heart or you're a decent person.
Yeah.
No, that you're trying to
Another
scam the
perspective
system.
things. Another
Yeah.
one of those perspective things.
Absolutely.
So me doing the right thing, helping those
Just a
people out,
kind thing, yeah.
is
And-
hindering my stuff. You know.
Don, I don't know if I saw the commercials come up. I'm
Not
sorry.
yet. If you want me to.
No, but no, you played them earlier, didn't you?
I
The-
played, the
Yeah.
background.
The background. I didn't see them come up actually. Did you?
Oh, yeah, you did
It
not
would have been
put
on a
it in
delayed
there.
basis.
It didn't come up.
They did.
Okay, we'll see it
So now
after
we're-
we're done.
we're
I'm sorry,
getting,
change
you know,
gears again.
fancy
There he is.
and-
There's my OCSD BFW.
That's why
Again.
there's performers and producers.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh, bam. Okay, Don, I hear you. I got one. You
No
want
problem.
to?
Wow.
Well, now.
Now,
Yeah.
really know what's going on around here.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you like to queue up the I
We'd
didn't know
love to cue
commercial?
ya.
Do you mean the PSA?
Yep.
Yeah, for the end.
Now only for the end.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
the end. It's
No problem.
unless anybody got to use the bathroom,
No.
We can do
we
that.
needed
for
needed a
about
few
3
minutes. That's okay.
All right,
we're good. We're good. Uh-oh.
No problem.
There's. There. Who is it? Do we have to kill him?
Don't tell you what Nancy was. Come here, girl.
It might be a good time for a commercial.
Yeah.
Would have been.
What an amazing world we live in, huh? Who is it?
Debbie, she was outside.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure it's not the robber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the dog's gonna chew your phone.
Oh, this dancing and-
Yeah. that's the thing.
Was he playing the commercial? now?
No, we're
Oh,
some,
so
I'm still
we're-
looking for a quote.
So we're in limbo.
We're in Lumbo.
Lumbo, lumbo.
Lumbo,
How
lumbo.
many of y'all can still do the limbo?
No.
When
What?
someone comes looking for the old you, pulling old triggers but cannot find
Ooh.
you, that is
Ooh.
healing. And I take that one and I love it and I will repeat that forever.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Yes.
figuring
No.
you
No. This one.
Ooh, that word. I can smell it. I can feel it coming from here.
Accountability
Ooh.
feels like an attack when you're not ready to acknowledge how your behavior harms others.
Oh my goodness. That's
Read it again, it says.
Read it again.
Accountability feels like an attack when you're not ready to acknowledge how your behavior harms others. And I got to tell you, as an addict, that is at the base of all of our stuff. And that's why you hear so many stories about, oh, I just saw my mom again for the first time in 2 years, or my kid again for the first time in 2 years, or my friends again, because it is such a selfish thing, and there's no accountability. You ain't going to account for it. You're going to come up with another lie about how come you got their credit debit card in your pocket.
How you didn't get the materials for the job.
They
Yeah, all the tools are falling off the truck.
they fell off
whatever.
the truck. Yeah, the tools fell off the truck. Yeah, that. Yeah, accountability. That's when you. That's when you. That's when you really. That's when you really start to get clean. When you become accountable. You know.
Absolutely, and I think a further step from that is between after the getting clean and accountable part is when you actually like start to feel it, like when your conscience like starts to come back to where you're thinking about something that you used to do and you're like, why, but knowing that now you could look at the same thing and go, oh my god, I would never do that again. So it's like where that kicks in is a huge moment.
It's reality.
It's a bit, but it's also the main part of that reality isn't just okay, maybe I'm getting some morals back, but it's that I'm not chasing that dragon, or that I don't have that urge and that fight, and that I'm going and want something that it takes that to do.
Yeah.
And that is the greatest feeling of everything.
Yeah, I always ask that question. It's like, what doesn't it feel so much different than chasing that thing? Doesn't not chasing it, doesn't not having to have it, doesn't waking up in the morning and you still got some money and some dignity and some pride.
I'd hope you don't.
You're not butthurt.
You didn't sell your soul. You didn't sell your. You didn't.
Yeah. All that.
All that.
See, I say it's a curse and a blessedness that my memory is kind of like scrambled eggs up there. There are certain things I remember, certain things I forget, but I see, like I'm going through my Facebook thing and I'm like, I recognize someone's face, don't have a clue where I knew him from, whatever else. I'm like, hey, this sounds like, I'm sending him a text message, like, where do I know you from? And I either get a screw you.
Where you know me from?
Or
I'm your baby mama. What do you mean? Hold up the picture. You remember this? Looks just like you, don't it? Got your pants on.
And don't wear shoes.
Oh, you must tell yourself no matter how hard it gets or how hard it gets, I am going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it, guys. I don't know. I've been down every path of this thing, and when I talk to you, I'm talking to you from my experience. I'm not talking to you from something that I read in a book or something that I even looked outside and experienced enough to see it. I'm talking about something from my own experience, and I don't know. There's all kind of options. There's being self-indulged in doing it yourself, because some people do it that way. Some people don't. They don't get into no higher powers, and they don't get into no groups or no anything. They get into themselves.
But here's what you need to do. Every drug addict is someone's mommy, daddy, son, or daughter. Please stop filming ODs and calling 911. Please stop making fun of them for nodding out. Most of them are trying to mask a pain that you know nothing about. They're not bad people. They're sick people. Pray for them. And that is where, as you were just stating, as far as prayer and praying for some and a whole lot of them aren't there yet. They don't know how or who to pray to and how to. So we all need to pray for them all. We need to pray for ourselves, because every day is another challenge. But
137 days. Woo woo.
There you go.
Jump aboard that train.
Yeah, get there. Get there.
I'm proud of you for your first hour.
Yeah, get there. That first minute.
Yes. that first decision not to make a phone call or do something. I'm proud of you for that. That's epic. That's huge. Because those things on the flip side are huge too.
Yeah. I'm stronger because I had to be. I'm smarter because of my mistakes. Happy because of the sadness I've known. And now wiser because I learned. You see, that's one of those things, you know. This is a lesson learned. I mean, how many times? I mean, one of my most horrific days in this whole cycle of addiction, whether it be me or somebody else, is the day that this young man that is one of the numbers that not in my good side left. The first time he OD'd, he said, "Well, wait, I don't want to go to jail." He was more worried about going to jail than being alive. But you know, I want to go to jail. And then when I saw him next, because he got relieved, and you know, with the Narcan or whatever it is. And then I see him the next time. He's, oh man, I learned my lesson well.
Can I tell the true side of the story?
And he's going to tell the true side of the story. The other part of that story is that the day that he OD'd for real and died, he told me that day, "Oh no, I got this. I'm not getting high." Christy knows the inside story.
I gave him CPR and kept him until the paramedics could get back there because his girlfriend was too busy trying to cover herself. She wouldn't guide the paramedics down the driveway. So I continued to give him CPR until they can take over. And that was on a Wednesday evening. I went to jail on a Friday afternoon. I went to jail. And I was visited Sunday, and he was dead. I brought you back Wednesday, I went away Friday, and you were dead by Sunday.
It's a vicious thing, people.
And it was on actually the same property that I had been Narcan back from. I mean,
It's kind of why we don't live there anymore.
It's
Part of the reason. Yeah, so again, you want to tune in and you want to hear some truths, or you want to get it all sugar-coated for you? Because if you need it sugar-coated, this is not the place. You know, if you got some kind of opinion and at least not willing to share. Speaking of which, if you'd like to share your opinion, the number is 941-201-5226. That's 941-201-5226. I mean, you know, everything we say ain't exactly right. Some of it is absolutely wrong. And if you disagree, here's the thing about disagreeing. We can agree to disagree. You know, we can say, hey, listen, you know, I understand how you feel, but the way I see it is, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's what we're talking about, perspective. You know, see a car, ask three witnesses of a car accident is what they saw, and you're gonna get three different stories. Guarantee you.
Yep.
You know.
You have two people fighting an argument. There's three sides of that story. There's his side, there's their side, and there's the truth.
And that's usually somebody's mother. No,
Taking the shoe up. I'll show you the truth.
You know, so, you know, perspective. That's what we're talking about on this show tonight. Perspective. How do you see life? Because the way you see it is the way you're gonna live it.
I've always said perspective is key. It's like the one. That's like why I hate texting over phone messages, because there's no emotion in it, and there's no. Oh no! Everybody take a minute, put some emotion, just take a minute to give a damn.
See, I prefer text because I won't remember the conversation.
Well,
Yeah.
So then I get it back.
Perspective.
You know.
And that, in your case, is
And
how
there's
that
another
works.
perspective on it.
They're like, well, you said what? I was like, I said what? Then I go
Now,
back.
here it is.
With yours, I'll use extra emojis, just so you mean my okay's like okay, not okay.
Fortunes have been won and lost with text.
Ooh.
And lives.
And relationships.
Yeah. No. You clearly said it.
What was that one I saw? Hey, funny is that. So this person texts, it says, hey, I'm wearing that sexy underwear. And then the response back was, this is so-and-so's wife. Who is this? And the response back was, this is Jake. Jake.
Jake from
Yeah. From State Farm. And I read it, I laughed and I laughed some more. And,
So your khaki draws
Yeah.
on.
Here's the other one. The other one is like the person gets a text and it says, I'm here for you. And the person that responds on the text is like, oh my God, I know it's been really tough. I know I've put you guys through so much and so much, and I'm so happy that you're reaching out to me, that you're here. But it didn't have the number, and it said, who is this? He said, I'm Uber. I'm your Uber driver. I'm here for you.
But never mind, I gotta go. It's too deep.
well, were you making a phone call when I was leaving to go to the store?
Did I say something?
No. My Alexa in the truck picked up the conversation.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in the truck, and all of a sudden my truck's talking to me. I'm like, I'm hearing voices.
God.
Yeah, Jim, I'm ready.
See?
Come take me away. You know.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? I was on the phone with somebody, right? Well, actually, I was on some streaming, like, you know, like they got all this Zoom and all that kind of stuff, right? And so we were talking, and I was late, and some things went down. It was kind of horrible with all the stuff that went down and the way that it went down. But the person got really upset with me, because I said, well, listen, let me get back to you in about 10, 15 minutes. And they were like, yes, okay. And they thought they hung up the Zoom thing or whatever it was, but it was still live. And I heard they called somebody. I heard everything that they said about me, and you know, that's okay, because I mean, yeah, I was late, and I had some stuff come up and all that, but it was my point here, one of my points is,
Hang up your phone.
yeah, hey, make sure you know the technology that you're using when you're using it, because technology has destroyed so many relationships when you don't know how to use it, when you do stuff like that. But I got two more points though. The first point is the message that I said, because I called him and I said, you know what, maybe just perhaps you might want to stop your rant while you're ahead, because I'm calling you so you can do that. Because if I would just keep here and keep listening, you're going to go someplace that we're going to really regret, you know. And the message I got was, well, maybe I was upset, and you didn't need to hear it. Well, I could say to you, I didn't need to hear it, and neither did the person that you called the vent. Bam. Okay. And so, I mean, love you, you know, and forgive you and all that. But see, like I told that other person, I don't do upset. You know, I go, okay, I understand. You know, let's get it done when we get it done. That's just me. And I don't expect everybody to be that way. But if you're going to be in my life, I expect you to be that way. Otherwise, we work from a distance.
All right, they're on the list. All right.
If they disappear,
Allegedly.
what's it mean? So yeah, guys. I mean, it's all about perspective. It's all about how you things, how you see. You know, if you see life like in every little thing.
Today, and it was a couple. They're getting ready to get married, and she wanted to give them this gift right before they got married, and the guy was colorblind, and she gave him the glasses. He puts it on. He's looking down, puts it back on again. He's like, "This is how you see life every day," you know. And it was just a different perspective of things.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, before this and this was gray, and now it's vibrant, and like, what do you call that color?"
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world.
Just by
That's
putting on a pair of
awesome.
glasses.
Yeah.
Hi, Jen.
I know I've been there. It's like, oh, that's what that looks like? Jeez. Was I really that blind? Yes.
I bet you needed glasses.
Wow. I'm glad I got
need
them.
mine. I'm like,
I'm glad I got them. I really needed them. Okay, I'm going to read my favorite Joel Osteen again. Here it goes.
okay.
Listen up. This is a good one. Break out your pencils and papers.
It'll be a test.
Yeah, right. Good luck on that one.
If you want to be happy, you have to be happy on purpose. When you wake up, you can't just wait to see what kind of day you'll have. You have to decide what kind of day you have. sounds remotely like our 2190.
Like when you're choosing and making choices?
Yes, when you you see, if you do anything for 21 days, it becomes a habit. If you do it for 90 days, it becomes a lifestyle.
A
Okay?
beautiful lifestyle.
And just what Joel was saying is the same thing. If you were to wake up every day for the next 21 days, this is I want you to do it.
You can
Every
do
day
it.
for the next 21 days, wake up and feel good about something.
So good.
Have gratitude about something. If you're lucky, you can roll over and look at your significant other and say, "Ah, that's the love. That's my boo, my boo. That's my boo."
Slobbering. Oh,
That boo.
I'm the worst.
But be happy. Be happy about something. Have some gratitude for something. And do that specifically. Wake up and say, "Oh my God, another day! Look, the light shining through the window. What a lovely beam of light that is." And then do some positive visual stimulation. You see, because there's this thing called the reticular activating part of your brain. And it's activated by images, and those images are the things that we act upon. Why people like pornography so much? Because of the visual. Can you do those things that those people do in those,
Some people,
in those videos?
some people
That's
are,
the other-
Can you add up?
some people are visual.
I can cast a big shadow if the lighting's right.
Some people are visual, some people are auditory. It just depends on.
Yeah.
But on that point, I don't know which one.
Something smells bad. I don't want to do that.
Oh, Donald.
Smells like
Just
tuna.
saying.
Smells like tuna.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, 21 days. Do that. And for the first 5 minutes of your day, do all positive stuff. And just do it on purpose, because you can do that. Because guess what? Force yourself to do it. You know, it's the only way we're going to change it. This change has got to be like intentional. Okay, do it for 21 days, and then during the course of the day, because guess what, we know for sure, you start out your day now. Oh, and also do yourself a favor and think about how you'd like your day to look, and then write it down. Write some stuff down that you need to make your day do that. You know, you got to be on time to work, whatever it is you do, or you got to make that business meeting that you're supposed to make. You got to have your presentation together, or you've got to go and meet the principal at the kid's school, and you want to put on the best impression, or whatever it is. Make that all positive, and make sure that when you go and do it, when you run in, and when you encounter that negative, because you are guaranteed during the course of the day to encounter some negative.
Unfortunately, yes.
Somebody today, and it happened to Sean, right? Somebody today, out of the blue, came to me and said, "Do you know," and it was maybe 4 months ago, "do you know how bad you hurt me?" It was 4 months ago. Get over it.
Or, I don't remember. You know, it's like, but still.
I know. Sean had a friend of his 20 years. They still mad about something from 20 years ago. Guys, get over it, because it's all about perspective. See, you saw it from where you were, and I saw it from where I were, and we didn't meet. That's okay, because you can all you got to do is say, "Hey, listen, you know, you didn't," and then we could have just squashed it. But you take months to let that stuff build up and fester like a cyst.
The story he's talking about, I was getting ready to move from Gainesville to Tallahassee, so I had like people help me move all my stuff, and my boat, my vehicles, everything else, and I was on a time crunch. And a friend of mine called me up, said, "Hey, look, I want to see you before you go," and I'm like, "Let me see if I can fit you in."
Woo! Hit him like a ton of bricks, like you smacked
And I
him.
meant like, let me, try to move some other things, because it's not just me; it's now 20 other people that are involved in like a half-hour window. And I took it the total wrong way, like, "Oh, fit me in."
Hey, go ahead. We got about 1 minute.
Alright, anytime you have the urge to return a harmful environment, keep in mind the damage it had on your sanity and the duration of time it took you to regain your peace of mind.
Sean.
Everyone's got a fear out there.
Absolutely.
Gotta face your fears. I don't go to sleep at night because I'm afraid I'm gonna die in my sleep. I take many naps throughout the day, but that's my fear. And I don't want to die.
Help us with this cause. That was going to be my final thing. If you're looking at this and see, because I can type it on a post and put all the videos and all that stuff on it, but right now you're looking at us, and if you don't see that we're sincere, the person that we're asking about, then there's something wrong. Just reach out, throw $5-10 on there. Just let the man know you care. It's not your attitude, it's your aptitude.
Thank you, buddy. Peace out.
It's your
We love
attitude.
you.
With nothing to say, you already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep